What's up, Taurus? Welcome to your mid-January reading. This is for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I'm sorry that I didn't get these out earlier to you, but just take this as going from now to about mid-February. Of course, you will get a February reading as well. I want to thank all of you guys for coming to the channel. If you are new, what's up? My name is Danny. If you have been following for a while, what's up? And thank you so much. This is going to be general as always. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can absolutely do that. You can email me at shesvibeytarot@gmail.com. If you go to my About tab, I actually have like my menu of services, pricing, everything easy there for you so that you can reach out to me. You already know what you're doing and we can kind of get the ball rolling for you quicker. Let's get into this. I've already pulled cards. So, Taurus, sudden changes, new things going out, new things will be coming in. I'm feeling this is a very split read. Some of you guys, this has to do with either some news that's come out that's maybe led to a breakup of some sort. Could be dealing with an air sign individual, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Could be Leo. There's also water on the board here. Some of you guys, this has to do with leaving situations, whether it's work, and really kind of, at the end of the day, this is really about following your guide, right? This is about you guys really kind of having to get in touch and really trust that third eye. You guys have the unicorn as your spirit guide animal. So this is definitely connected to the sixth chakra, which is the third eye, right? And look at how the horn extends out. I can never do this the other way. You know what I'm saying? It extends outward, right? From the third eye placement. This is about connection. This is about connecting to your higher self and having that deeper wisdom, right? A lot of people say your two eyes see the past and present, but your third eye has the ability to see the future. Intuition is high right now. Definitely trust it. I feel like some of you guys are a little shaky with that because, again, we're starting out with the Tower card, just so you know. So definitely there's been a shakeup. But with that, it's for the best, right? Now, I went back to the Empowering Questions cards because I thought these were really good, and you guys got a really good question. It says, what kind of advice on life would I give my younger self? This is a time to really honor your younger self. A lot of times we aren't paying attention to the little us inside. Like sometimes I have a hard time paying attention to the little Danny. What does she want? What does she need? Right? So wrapped up in my adult bullshit that I'm finding that I'm neglecting myself, right? And if I were to just listen and pay attention more, really use my intuition, really hone in on my feelings and let that be my guide, then I would find that I would not have put myself in certain situations, right? So I think this is a time to revisit you, time to get very clear. You guys are definitely in a time where you're doing some more strategy, you know, trying to make some strategic moves. You got 7 of Swords and 7 of Pentacles that are on the bottom of the deck right now. So 7 in tarot, definitely a number of questioning things, strategy. It's a very spiritual number. So I think you guys, this is a good time to get really connected, especially if you are feeling lost. There's some things that we can't think our way out of. We have to almost feel our way out of. So it's really about having that balance of both right now. And I know there's a lot of things going on planetary wise. I feel like a lot of people feel a little bit spun, don't really know what's happening. And it's actually a really powerful place to be in, because I feel like for many of you, whether this is career, this is friendships, family, love, you are building from the ground up. So it's like, okay, well, what do you want? Like you call the shots, you make the rules. It's a really powerful place to be in. So look at it from that perspective more. And yeah, just try to get really connected. We've got all this purple, right? Purple's definitely connected to the 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra, which is all about connecting to source, higher power, spirit, all that. So really a time to connect. If you are feeling like you're not knowing what's going on, if you're feeling like you're not grounded, which being grounded for Taurus is very important. You guys are earth signs. Connect. And I think you guys really have that ability to, right? Get very quiet and connect. Now, again, going back to that underlying energy of the Seven of Swords, this is a strategy. This is someone who's planning their next move. And it could be some sneaky shit too. Also, again, you guys do have a Three of Swords sitting here, and it's actually in your environment stage. So again, if there has been a breakup or a shakeup in terms of a relationship, especially if it has to do with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, you were right. Whatever feelings you had, whatever, if you were feeling a little apprehensive, if you were feeling like there was something shady going on, if you were feeling like there was something just not quite right, it's now in your face so that you can deal with it. It's been exposed. So that's good. From then, you can start to build, you can start to rebuild, you can start to plant new seeds, okay? And I feel like a lot of you guys are at that building place. Again, this is not going to resonate with everybody, so definitely take the messages as it comes. It could be about rebuilding relationships. It could be about rebuilding yourself. It could be about rebuilding your brand, or even venturing out with new employment. You know what I mean? Something of that nature. So starting out, Tower, Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords. Shake up. Definitely a shake up. Definitely there's something exposed. Definitely there was a big bang, but I love the Tower card, which a lot of people fear. I think it's a very powerful card. And I love it because it's help from the universe. It's like, okay, girl, this wasn't really making sense. Let's flip this and make it better. Let's make the foundation a little bit more even. Six of Pentacles. Let's start from an even playing field. So if a lot of you guys were in a situation, and it definitely could be work, right? Because we've got the Pentacles. That could be about a job. It could be about your money. It could be about finding balance in a relationship. If there was anywhere where there was imbalance, it feels like it was thrown in front of your face, especially with this eclipse that just passed. It really shook a lot of people's tables. So you aren't alone. And I think it really brought a lot of things to the surface. And again, if there's anything that is being pushed out of your life right now with this eclipse energy, it was meant to be. Let it go. Let it go. Know that it was for the better. The Tower is there to help us recalibrate, right? Six of Pentacles, find that balance again, where there's reciprocity, where money's good, where there's give and take, where there's fairness, right? So don't question yourself with that. Now, Seven of Cups, it leads you to options, but it also leads you to confusion. Seven of Cups is about options, but it's also about confusion. Whenever I see the Seven of Cups, that is a message to me like, okay, you got to cut through the shit. You got to cut through the clouds. You got to get clear. You got to, get down to the nitty gritty. You got to get to the root to get to the fruit, right? And Taurus, you guys are master manifestors. I was actually just I was doing a reading for one of my Taurus friends that I love last night. And I was telling him the same thing. I'm like, you guys are master manifestors. You can manifest the fuck out of anything. And I think for you guys, in terms of manifesting, you're more comfortable when it comes to tangible things, right? Business, money, that kind of stuff. But if it's love that you're trying to manifest, if it's relationships, that type of thing, you could do it too. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It feels different because it feels different, but it's the same. King of Cups. Yeah, some of you guys, this has to do with relationship shit. But I will say one thing. You've got to get really clear on what it is that you want. Nine of Cups. You got to get really clear on what makes you happy. What makes you happy independent of anything else, anybody else. What fills your cups, right? Nine of Cups energy is, it's happiness. It's happiness with self. It's that confidence. It's that love. It's things are overflowing. This is independent energy though. Even if you are in a relationship, this is feeling like, you know what? Outside of my partner, I bring my own happiness to my table. If we're talking about career, I create my own happiness. I could do whatever I want. I can, like knowing that you have the ability to manifest and bring whatever it is that you want to you. If it's love, if it's career, if it's whatever. But you got to cut through things and be very clear. Clear, yet open, right? So you have to be, when we're manifesting, the main thing with manifesting that a lot of people don't seem to realize is if you put a face or a title or an exact thing or person to the thing that you want, that's where things can get a little wonky. So the point is, maybe write a list of things that you want. Let's say if we're talking about a person, say if we're trying to manifest a partner. as an example. Okay, I want a man or woman that has these qualities. Boop, 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 boop. And be specific. Don't be ashamed of whatever it is. I was just telling my friend last night, I made a list about 2 years ago of my man, what I want. And it was so specific down to certain things that my other homegirl was like, girl, your list, you're tripping. Like, you're doing a lot. And I was like, no, you're not doing enough. And she told me I was tripping. And it really made me second guess myself. Like, maybe I am tripping. I don't feel like I'm being that extra with it, but maybe, right? Here we are now. I'm dating someone and I can literally check off my list. You know what I mean? And sometimes things like this take time, but the point is I was very specific in the qualities that I wanted in a person and the type of connection I wanted in my relationship, but I didn't attach a person or a name or a this or a that to it. I was open about where that came from or what that might look like. But look, these are my non-negotiables. So the same way, like I said, that you guys have the ability and the power to do it so well when it comes to your money and your business, if it's a love situation, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. But I think there's something that you guys need to get very, very clear on. And whatever was taken from you or whatever was exposed or whatever was shaken up about, this allows you the ability to actually, it gives you the options. And now with the options, okay, let's get down, let's narrow down, right? So Knight of Swords energy. It's a very abrasive energy. It's a very fast energy. This is the fastest moving knight of the deck, right? Again, that's that Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. But I'm looking how the Knight of Swords is actually charging towards the Seven of Cups. So again, cutting through, finding your truth, getting very, very clear. The faster you do that, the faster these things can come towards you. If you were dealing with an air sign person, this might be a time where, things might get a little spicy, things might get a little froggy, and in different ways. This person could be trying to come back to kind of, no, but this is what happened, or, kind of express themselves, right? But I think at the end of the day, it's a lot. It's a lot. They were a lot. It was a burden. It was, you had too many things on your plate. You felt like you carried the whole, if it's a relationship, you felt like you carried the whole relationship. There was not that Six of Pentacles energy of the reciprocity. It was not fair. It was not even. It was just stressful. So don't be surprised if an old thing comes back in your face, trying to, in some ways, create the confusion, in some ways, whatever. But it just feels like this was a burden that was too much. Also, be mindful of your energy, because we attract what we are. And so if you don't want this in your space, be mindful of your temperament, be mindful of your energy and where you are, right? We can control that. If someone's trying to argue with you, you don't have to, it's hard to, you can't argue with someone who will argue back. You know what I mean? Like if someone's trying you, if you feel like you're going, if there's coming up here, you feel like you're being tested, you can actually control that energetically, right? And for some of you, I know you see it coming already, right? Think about back to what you would tell little you, what advice you would give you. Sometimes when I don't know what to do with myself, because I always give really good advice to my friends, I don't always necessarily take it, but I'll have to put myself in the mind frame, okay, like if this were so-and-so, what would I be telling her? And then I have to go from there. Others of you, I think there's a lot of travel coming up, opportunities coming up. It could be for work. It could be even a move. And you might find yourself a bit stressful with all the things that you are trying to juggle at this time. So again, really trying to take the time for you if you can in moments this month, because there is a chance of overwhelm, whether it's through a person or an experience. Okay. So Three of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the Strength card. We know the Strength card pops up whenever there's anything we need strength for, right? Three of Swords, though, let's explore that. So that's what's in your environment. Again, I feel like there was some disappointment, some heartbreak, some lie, something. And I'm saying lie. Normally for me, like a lot of people read the Seven of Swords card very like, oh, this was a cheater. And it can be, but for me, it very much depends on what's circling around it. Now, these two together, it concerns me a bit. There may have been some lies or some deceitful things placed on you and exposed. And I will say this person is feeling bad about it, even if you don't think so. They do feel bad about it. Now, are they going to be able to correct the problem? I don't know. But the Lovers. Again, there's that air energy. Lovers is Gemini energy. So some of you guys may be dealing with a Gemini. This was a significant connection. And it feels like they're in a place of just really not knowing what the hell, right? The Moon. It's funny you have the Moon here too. And then underneath that you have Justice. So again, yeah, Gemini, Libra, could be Aquarius, but there's a lot of air energy here. Something with Taurus and air energy here. This person feels bad about whatever happened. And even if it's like a business deal, maybe something that didn't go through and something you were anticipating and waiting on, that type of thing, this person feels bad about whatever didn't happen. I can't say, though, that they are going to do anything about it. And it doesn't really matter if they're going to do anything about it. You still have to do you, right? So hopes and fears, we've got that 10 of Pentacles clarified by the 5 of Swords. Ooh, yeah, some of you guys, this was a break. And I think that what the goal is ultimately, and what Taurus's goal ultimately usually is you guys want abundance all around. You want your money to be right. You want your relationships to be solid. Not having time for the extra. 5 of Swords is that energy of we know that we are fighting an empty battle here. Like there's no point in me arguing with you because I'm not going to win. You're not going to win. We're both just talking in circles. This is empty. Put your swords down and move away from the situation. There's some of you guys that are having a hard time moving away from something. And I think it's because you've somehow convinced yourself that there's nothing else out there, but there is. 3 of Wands. There's definitely other things that are out there. You do have the 2 of Cups coming up here too as added messages, which we'll get into that in a second. But if you have recently broken up with something or someone and you know that and something's been exposed or whatever, there was some type of betrayal there maybe, and you're feeling like, I'm never gonna have this again, or this is never gonna happen for me again, or whatever, you know, bottom dweller shit we be thinking when we're feeling sad. Things are going to be fine. You are going to move on. You're still going to be successful. You still are whole. You still are going to be having your healing, and you are going to get justice in the situation. Justice is happening as we speak, right? Because whenever we are privy to a situation where we've been wronged, even though it feels like shit, that is a blessing, because now you take your power back and you know how you want to move forward, right? Both of these cards really talk about balance. Even the Strength card. The Strength card isn't about the strength of the lion, it's the strength of the feminine energy, right? The balance of the yin and yang. So things are going to be balancing out. You're going to feel a lot better, especially going into February. And February might be a little bit of a trigger for you guys, especially if you've had a breakup and, like, let's say when, what's that fucking holiday? Valentine's Day rolls around. If that's something that's big for you guys, it might be a little bit of a sting. But go through the emotion, feel it, so that you can get over it, right? We don't want to just ignore and work ourselves to death to not have to deal with something. We want to deal with it so that we can move on. Justice card isn't only about getting your justice. It's also about someone who has, how do you say? Someone who is very self-aware, someone who is standing in their truth, right? It's the balance of the heart and the mind, right? It's a really good place, powerful place to be in. So embrace it. I think there will be rocky moments. but I think everything will be okay. And I think for a lot of you, that unknown factor is what's killing you. We got that 7 of Cups popping up again. It's like, what's going to happen here? Da, da, da. Don't really matter. Just go with the flow. Trust your gut. Listen to your intuition. You already know. You already know what you know. Added messages. We've got the Moon. We've got the 2 of Cups. And we've got this King of Swords. Moon, we know that's that mysterious energy. We don't ever know what's going on in the moon, right? Everything isn't revealed to us. Things are a bit foggy, shaky. Again, I think that full moon for you guys was actually pretty big, and around that time could have been where things were revealed. Yes, as I'm saying that, the damn Tower card comes out. The full moon was huge for a lot of people. That eclipse was huge for a lot of people. A lot of things were brought to the table, but it also opened up a lot of shit. You got the 2 of Cups here again at the bottom of the deck. So 2 of Cups. There is potential for you guys to be moving on and meeting someone new. Could be a water sign, could be anything. There is connection right in front of you on the way. And even if this has to do with, like, you know, a business deal gone bad or a job gone bad, there is other options. There is something else coming towards you that's going to make you feel balanced, that you're going to be passionate about, that you're going to love, that you're going to feel like is fair. Because remember, there wasn't the balance. There wasn't the reciprocity. That's why this had to go. And I think you guys knew that. But Taurus, you guys will fight for what you know what I mean? You'll fight for what you love. You'll fight for what you want. And that's admirable. But sometimes we have to know when it's time to put things down. All right. 2 of Cups. Clarifying that, popped out the Hermit card and the 4 of Wands. You guys might be connecting with a Virgo in the future. That's beautiful. Earth energy. Regardless, there's a big emphasis on, again, if there's something that you're trying to manifest, I want you guys to be very clear on what that is, and it might help you to tangibly have a list or something, because you guys are a little bit more pragmatic in the way that you go about things, but you guys are lovers at the end of the day, right? You're Venus ruled. And this time alone, this time that you'll be spending alone this month is actually really, really powerful for you. It's really, really powerful for you in terms of moving forward, setting up foundations. There will be lots to celebrate. There will be lots to celebrate. But it's important that you guys are going through this time at this time, okay? Everything is happening just the way it's supposed to. Just the way it's supposed to. Princess of Cups. King of Swords. Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. That is a love message coming forth. It's also a very pure energy. It's very pure and loving. It also talks about intuition again. So that's very, very strong. You're going to be very discerning. Ooh, 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck right now. Ooh, Star. We might be connecting with an Aquarius. That would be cool. You got the King of Swords here. That is also that air energy. But I think there's beautiful things coming. Whatever this shakeup was that hit you guys, and it hit hard. You got the Tower twice that came out. It's okay. It was necessary. This is God's protection for you, right? And again, understand the things that are eclipsed out of our life right now. It's important and it's necessary, and it's a clearing out so you can move forward, okay? Now, 2 cards popped out with the oracles. We've got the employment change and pay yourself first. Employment change says your career path is leading you in a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. Yes, you're being supported each step of the way. So yes, employment change. Again, some of you guys, it felt very split. This could have to do with love. Some of you guys, this could have to do with, like, maybe there's been some layoffs. Maybe you guys got fired. Maybe you guys decided, you know what, I'm actually not happy here, and just are taking that leap of faith and doing something different. Whatever it is, there's really good energy here surrounding your money and your employment and all that kind of stuff. So if you're worried about that, breathe, okay? Pay yourself first, okay? Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. We loves that. And then you guys got worth waiting for and trust, okay? So worth waiting for, divine timing is at work in your love life, right? And then trust, this situation is calling for you to have faith, right? Again, if something went wrong in a relationship, if something was cut off, you guys have hope for something coming up. All is not lost. You are not broken. You are not unworthy. Everything is fine. I love you guys so much. Let me know if you would like a reading. Please comment below and let me know how this resonates. Please thumbs up this video and I will talk to you later. Bye.